Alright, I wanted to give an update on progress for Gala Games Townstar. And this is what we have now. And it's been quite a battle with this one. I'll tell you in a little bit. Just when you think you got things figured out and things are good to go. So we started this the 27th. The last one was the 24th. And 4 days. This is 4 days, and the town is pretty much set up right now. And I've been going back and forth whether I should attempt to do a conversion into a grape. I was watching something on YouTube where they were doing grapes and they were making 40,000 an hour. I believe it was stars. I'm not sure, but more to follow. Maybe I'll just start out with that one time and do a different town. So this is what we're at right now. It's at a low resolution, so there's been a lot of disturbance in the internet here in Hawaii. A lot of aircraft flying overhead. They got the jammers on, so it interferes with the waves, the bandwidth. But as you can see, I got 30. Is he still making? He is. Oh my. So that's a little glitch. Oops. I got too much lumber. I can sell some lumber. Look at that. I forgot to turn him off. So he's been making lumber the whole time, and it hasn't created a disturbance. So this morning I woke up pretty early, went to bed. I didn't get much sleep the other night, hardly any, because I was focusing on this, obsessing on this, making sure that it was fully functional. But now, literally, I haven't run out of fuel in the last 6 hours, 6, 7 hours. So he got low about 22, and then I charged him up with petroleum, and there's only three oil pumps running. I used to have 6 or 7 oil pumps, but now I'm down to 3, and you can see that the energy is full, energy store is full, and I added a few different ATV locations, tractors. I converted some of these from ATVs to tractors, and there has not been any difference in the distribution for the wheat. It's still 15 seconds. Tree farms, so it's about 1 to 2 for the tractors, about 1. And yeah, let's try to sell some of those lumber. Sell just in case, so the lumberjacks. I wasn't expecting that. That's a nice little gift. So as you can see, I'm using the trade pier still, and so the good thing, some lessons learned with this one, is sometimes it's good to have some assets, just like in real life. It's good to have some assets. So I had the freight pier. The freight pier cost quite a bit, and to sell it, oh my gosh, it's so slow sometimes when you start it up, when you load it. You can sell on here, but to remove it, 62,000 you get back. So say for example you run out of funds, you build the town, then all of a sudden lumberjacks get run out of trees and the windmills aren't getting enough wood for production. And what was happening was I was having two of these running, and one cakery. So the cakery was waiting on production from the eggs and the milk, right? And that's always been an issue for me, is not getting too many eggs and not having too much milk or too little milk, so that the cows can get fed and the chickens aren't stealing it all. So I've been back and forth, back and forth. I attempted to put, what would be really nice is if I could put the trough here where the water tower is, and I was going to, but the stupid water tower needs a road. So it's got to go back there and it's got to stay close to the road. See, it's choppy. So what was happening was there was a huge delay in production because they were both battling each other. Both the stores, the shops, the cakeries, and the bakeries, they would take from one another. And it wasn't producing enough cake, so I ran out of money. I literally ran out of money where I had to break up this. I had to sell off some ponds, and then I had to sell or remove my freight pier, which was 62,000, which was gave me enough because I had about 6 or 7 cakes, I think 5 cakes, and I had to really shift back and forth, and really micro manage it. So what I was doing was to save seconds, literally seconds. I was adding, once this one was in production or close to production, I would start this one up, and then I would shut this one down. Same thing with the bakeries. Once this one started in production, producing the butter, I would start this one up, and then I would shut this one down. And that seemed to work. I mean, it did work because I was able to create enough. I destroyed half my crops and ponds, just enough so that it would still kind of produce, just slower. And I would get enough money to flow. Now I have $3 million, and this is only the 4th day. So literally, it takes, if you really want to get operational, I would say it takes 3 to 4 days. And I still have a few things here that I can make, but this is the first day that it's been operational. And that's after that huge glitch where I was doing good. I had 2 million, then all of a sudden it was slowly draining to nothing, and I was building too fast. I was building too much, and that was another problem. I was building too much, and I couldn't sustain. Just like real world, you build too much. So recently, this is what I did. So now I got wheat in the back burner. Apparently now there's too much wheat, and they're not getting enough wheat. So I just changed the salt locations, a couple locations, and added another salt because I had too much brine in here, and now I have too much wheat, which is all right. I mean, it'll go. They'll collect it up. So the wheat can go in a couple different places, the ATVs and the windmills. So now they can fill up with wood. I could sell another one of those because I'm not going to build that much more, I don't think. And if they make it that sufficient, I just want 10 on the side. So 13 a pop. And that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I mean, I guess it's better than having the wood because the wood, you make more than storing the wood. So I could have him making that and then flush the wood, have some extra. I don't even know how much those things give. I haven't looked it up for stars. So I don't think that was supposed to happen. Yeah, 20. So it's on auto sell. The thing I did notice is that my leaderboard is not working. So if you put in a script, you can see the top 10, what they're doing and how their progression is right about here. And for some reason that leaderboard is not working. So I changed the scripting. I haven't reset it, refreshed it. And maybe it's the coding. I took out the launch word. And maybe that's enough where it'll, all right, we're going to make a cake. So right now we're making 5.41 an hour, almost 6 cakes an hour, and that is definitely a big improvement from when I started. So the max was 5.61, and changing the salt and adding a salt field right there, and then changing 2 of these windmills from sugar to salt. I changed that one, and I changed this one. I also have a chart, a graph, and I alphabetized it, so A to P, and then 1 to 16, so I know exactly where I go, progress, and I don't have to change much. I don't have to tweak much. The only thing I have to focus on is the milk and the eggs. As you can see, there's too much eggs now and not enough milk. So I can turn one egg off. I could turn them both off, just as long as you remember to turn them on, then you're good to go. So I could turn them both off for a while. But that will back up the wheat. And then I can turn the milk on. Turn on all the cows, just for a bit, just to catch back up. And then leave this one off once they get caught up. But the problem is though that then they slow down. So like I said, if there's a will, there's a way. I've been thinking about just putting the chicken over here, having him with his own feeder. But the chickens, the problem is that they come all 3 all at one time, where the cows need 8. And they have to go back and forth every single time, which is really annoying. Whereas the chickens, they all come out at once. So it would almost be nicer where it'd be one chicken, and it would have to come out 3 times, so you can really time it. But the developers and the games, that's what we have. So this is the finished product right now, and we're pretty good. So I moved some of the loggers away way up here in the corner because they create a lot of delay in production for the trees and the wheat and the sugar and the salt. So they got moved all the way back here in the corner, so they're not affecting. And I put the ATVs here because they will not affect. And the tractors do not seem to affect here. So that's why they're located there. And I moved all the way down over here for the tractors. You know, I could have switched these two, but it's really not important anymore. I went off an old guide, the last game that I played, and we got some reservoir here, which last time I had all salts, and now it's ATVs mixed with tractors, and then we got this one remaining oil pump before it gets taken out. And I may, if I really do it well, I may be able to have just one oil pump. Wouldn't that be nice? If I can gauge the time. So we're seeing production going pretty well. Back from being broke and having to destroy half the town, or maybe an eighth of it, eighth of the ponds, the growth. I almost had to just start selling everything. That's how bad it got. And of course, it's towards the end of the night when everything happens towards the end of the night. So right when you want to go to bed. But this is a finished product. If you want to utilize this, use it. I found this a really good, useful tool. I probably won't ever use this unless I convert it to the grapes. But it's a nice asset to have just in case a town throws a monkey wrench into it. You know, the loggers or something. There's a big hiccup where I have to sell it quick and make money, which I don't think I will. And if I think of anything else I can put there, I can get rid of it and put it there. However, I do not know right now what I can put there. I tried salt, I tried wheat. I attempted to put trees there, and they all require wood, which is amazing because it's right next to the ocean. So you would think the salt by the ocean, at least the salt, would be self-sustaining. You wouldn't need any water, you wouldn't need any ponds for it to grow. But this is a nice little addition here. The ATVs, you just add a road here, and it blocks off. What it does, it kind of blocks off to the shadow and the pond, so it's got a space for the salt not to interfere with the production. This one does a little bit, but 56 seconds, not too bad. So this is it. This is an update, and yeah, more to follow. There's 30 days left, the whole month left. So the next thing I'm going to tackle is adding more Gala to my wallet, because if you add more Gala to your wallet, they call it Gala Power, and then you'll make more Towncoin. And we got 55 minutes left, and right now I'm only making 11 Towncoin, and you level up. So right now you can purchase Gala coin for about 18-19 cents, and it dropped significantly the last few days. Now it's going up along with the crypto markets, the stock markets, and all those other markets, gold, silver. If you follow those things like I do, the precious metals, a future where everything's headed to, inflation. So that's another channel that I'll talk more about. But this is right now Towncoin. So if you want to earn passive income, and this is a good way to do. The only thing you have to do is energy costs, electricity, and what it costs to run this. This is an old computer, so I really have to watch what I run with this, and I really want to get a different upgraded version of the computer, because a graphics card for this, it was not my intention when I got this years ago to utilize this. Years ago it was just to do schoolwork, college work, and do financing, right? Bills and track finance. So now that this is running, this requires a lot more, and with the overhead traffic, the military crafts flying overhead, they have jammers out and they're in operation mode right now, so there's a lot of things going on that interfere with the broadband, the connectivity. So this is what it's like. So yeah, I got to battle that whether I should upgrade technologies and get some a different graphics card, NVIDIA graphics card, or something high end that can do tackle what I'm actually utilizing, what I need it for. So this is the finished product, and we're 30 days left to go. So good luck. And this is server 2. My rank is still 93. Oh, yep, it's been 93. So we went from 138 to 93 within 3 days, and even with the hiccup, the big hiccups, running out of money, town not functioning. I think I ran out of money like 3 times in this one. For some reason, I was thinking that something really changed where production, it just seems like it doesn't work. There's a coding change in it that seemed to, and maybe I'm wrong, but it just seemed like everything shut down like 4 different times on me when I was trying to do production, whether it was my fault, human error, or the scripting coding that they've been working on, they might have created a big backlog in it. So, a minor change that most people won't notice, but the people that do this and really study it and test it, and how do I know that? Because I was making production and then all of a sudden it stopped. You know, just like the loggers, they were all going to sleep and there was trees, and then all of a sudden, this one will go like, that's okay, one going to sleep, yeah, okay, but when there's 5 or 6 of them going to sleep and there's trees like this that can be cut down, there's no reason for them going to sleep. And I understand that most of them already have them picked out and they select, okay, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, it's something I noticed. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe it's just me. Uh, Anyways, God bless. Aloha.